Today we're going to be looking at something that seems, well, I guess a little retro in our digital age, right?
Yeah,
Faxing.
right.
But hold on, because we're not talking about like dusting off those clunky machines, those
Yeah.
big old things.
Yeah.
We're diving into the world of sending faxes online.
Basically, there are these online fax services, think eFax, MyFax, FaxZero, and they act as a bridge between your digital world and the analog world of traditional fax machines.
Okay, Bridge. How so?
It's like this. You sign up for an account with one of these services. Many offer free trials, which is awesome if you just need to send a one-off fax. Then you upload your document and get this, they handle a ton of different file types like PDFs, Word docs, even images. Then you just punch in the recipient's fax number.
Wait, so I still need their fax number, even though I'm sending it online.
You got it. It's not sending them an email. This is actually sending a real fax to a real fax machine. But the cool part is what happens behind the scenes.
All right, lay it on me. What's the magic behind this digital fax trickery?
So the online service takes your digital document and converts it into a format that a fax machine can understand. We're talking analog signals, those sound waves that fax machines use to transmit information.
Hold on, so it's literally translating ones and zeros into audible, like sounds.
Exactly. And then it sends those audio signals through the telephone network, just like a regular fax. When the fax machine on the other end picks up, it interprets those sounds back into text and images and prints out your document.
Wow, that is seriously clever.
Yeah.
But why even bother with all that? Isn't faxing, a bit outdated? I mean, couldn't you just email the document?
You'd be surprised. While it seems like ancient history, faxing is still incredibly relevant in a lot of industries, especially when it comes to things like legal documents, medical records, contracts, things that need to be really secure.
Makes sense. Those industries still seem pretty attached to, let's say, traditional ways of doing things.
Mhm.
Our research mentioned that security is actually a big selling point of online faxing.
It can be, but you have to be smart about it. Not all online fax services are created equal, right? You really want to look for services that offer strong encryption. Look for 256-bit, that's the gold standard these days. And if you're dealing with health information, IP compliance is a must.
AEA, that's for health information,
Right.
to keep everything confidential.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to do a little digging before you hand over your credit card. Reading user reviews, checking how long they've been in business, those things can give you a sense of how seriously they take security.
So it's all about doing your due diligence, especially when you're talking about sensitive information. Okay, so it's secure, but how does it actually stack up in terms of, practicality? Why would someone choose this over just, like, owning a fax machine?
Well, think about it. If you only fax occasionally, do you really want to shell out for a landline you'll barely use, plus the cost of a fax machine, ink, paper, the whole shebang?
Yeah, that adds up fast.
Exactly. With online faxing, you can literally fax from anywhere you have an internet connection, whether you're at home, at the coffee shop, even on vacation if you really had to.
And no more giant dusty machine taking up space in your office. Our research also touched on cost effectiveness, saying that online faxing can be way easier on the wallet. Is that true, even for businesses?
It definitely can be. Think about it. A landline with basic service can set you back, what, $30 a month? Then tack on the price of a decent fax machine that could be anywhere from $50 to $200, even more for those fancy all-in-ones. And don't forget about ink and paper. Online faxing can be way cheaper, especially for light users.
All right, those ink cartridges aren't cheap. So it sounds like online faxing is pretty much a slam dunk for casual faxers. But are there any downsides? Like, when would it not be a good choice?
Good question. While it's super convenient, online faxing isn't perfect for every situation. If you're constantly sending huge volumes of faxes, a dedicated machine might actually be more cost-effective in the long run. And of course, both you and the recipient need to have internet access for it to work, which isn't always a guarantee.
True, and not everyone has fully embraced the digital world just yet. Okay, so for someone listening right now thinking, hey, this could be useful for me, what are some real-life situations where online faxing could be a lifesaver?
Oh, tons of scenarios. Imagine you're a freelancer working from your home office. You need to send a signed contract to a client, but you don't have a fax machine. No problem. Just use an online fax service. Or let's say you're traveling for work and need to get an important signed document to your team back home. No fax machine in your hotel room. Again, online faxing to the rescue. It really shines in situations where traditional faxing would be a major hassle or just plain impossible.
So convenient. Okay, last question. It's a big one. As technology keeps evolving, do you think faxing will ever become completely digital? Like, will those old-school fax machines ever truly disappear?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's hard to say for sure. While digital signatures and secure online document platforms are definitely gaining traction, faxing has this surprising staying power. It's simple, it's established, and it's legally recognized pretty much everywhere.
That's true. Sometimes the old ways are the most reliable.
Exactly. So, will it disappear completely? Maybe not anytime soon, but will it continue to adapt and evolve alongside technology? Absolutely. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be looking back on online faxing as the retro way to send a fax.
Talk about a mind-blowing thought. Well, there you have it, folks. Proof that even in our hyper-connected world, sometimes the old-school solutions still have a place at the table, even if they get a digital makeover.
And who knows what other technological surprises are in store for us down the line.
That's the beauty of it all, right? Always something new to explore. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the surprisingly fascinating world of digital faxing. Until next time, stay curious.